Hey everybody, welcome to Zone of Genius. I'm Ramon Ray, publisher of zoneofgenius.com, an entrepreneur, best-selling author, motivational speaker, and more. And I'm here with my good friend of all of 2 minutes, Jenny Gibson, who's with Intuit Mailchimp. Jenny, thanks for being here today. And please do briefly introduce yourself, give us your title, your role, a little bit like that before we proceed to talk about the upcoming announcement that's launching today, when we release this video.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So I'm Jenny Gibson. I work as a senior director of product at Mailchimp. I focus on what we call our core products. So that's most of the features that you'd engage with. That's email, analytics, our upcoming SMS, all of our automation functionality that falls under my my group of amazing people I work with.
Awesome. So you never wake up bored like, what do I have to do today? I'm assuming that's not the case.
No, I am running a low grade panic attack at all times. Just right there. Cruising.
Love it.
Yeah.
And by the way, kudos. I am a Mailchimp customer for some things, a nonprofit that I work with. So it's ironic as we're talking today. I was just in Mailchimp today, emailing, my list on the small business have thousands, but like for this, 297 people.
Those are 297 people who want to hear from you. And so
Exactly
Mailchimp's a great way to do that. I'm glad you're using us.
Absolutely. So let's dive right into it about the announcement that's coming up. And then I do want to work a bit backwards and talk about some tips and advice for small businesses that you and your team are seeing. And I'd like to recap this relatively new for those who don't know that Intuit is working with Mailchimp, or Intuit has purchased or acquired or working together with Mailchimp. But today we're announcing that there's a lot of new tools that Mailchimp is doing. And again, you know this, but to my small businesses, they may still see Mailchimp as that's the tool that the huge percentage of businesses click on to do their first email campaign. But you all are doing a lot more. From what I read in the announcement, there's e-commerce, there's SMS, there's a lot more there. So can you just briefly unpack kind of the major highlights that you're so excited about that Mailchimp's announcing today, please?
Sure. Yeah, we're doing a lot more because we are learning that our customers are doing a lot more. So a lot of the releases are focused on helping people who are doing a high volume of marketing, sending several emails a week, or are working on more personalization within that marketing because, 200 people or 10,000 people, it's a lot to communicate to one-on-one, right? So we're helping to facilitate more personalization in an automated fashion in those emails. Our release has 150 new features. So coming back to that low grade panic attack at all times, like 150 features. A lot of those are focused on helping small businesses, like I said, activate some of our new features around the campaign manager, which is our calendar. I don't know if you've seen that, that lets you schedule all your marketing touch points. We're expanding the touch points so you can do social posts through there now. And then a lot is focused on helping small businesses use that tool. So more educational content, more recommendations of quick actions, things like that. We've made enhancements to our journey builder, the automation tool, which is like that workflow tool. And all of it is leveraging more e-commerce data. So it's really focused on making good use. If you have any e-commerce integration with Mailchimp, we are rolling out new e-commerce metrics to help people not just measure revenue, but orient more into the return on investment. And we're leveraging those data points in segmentation, again, for that personalized marketing. So lots of exciting... Lots of exciting things happening.
I love it. I'm tracking with you. I was taking some notes here to recap a few things. Campaign. I was talking to Jenny. I lead a program called Celebrity CEO Personal Branding. So I help thousands of small businesses with their personal brand. That's one of many things I do. I also don't wake up ever bored. So talking about campaign, I said my super secret, as it were, not a secret to you, of course, is that I don't just wake up and rush to send the email out. It is in a campaign. So I could have written that email a week ago, 3 weeks ago, but it is a bit, it's fresh for Jenny or fresh for the thousands I reach. Just recap this aspect of campaign. The way I see it, Jenny, small businesses don't have to wake up and scramble. We got to get it out today. You can think ahead and build things that go out in a more automated fashion. Does that make sense, Jenny?
Oh, it absolutely does. That kind of planning is what we're working to facilitate, right? So with the calendar, we're introducing the ability to schedule your emails well in advance, which we've had scheduling, but now you can go back and edit them. So let's say I'm going to schedule an email for next Monday. And then on Friday, I realize, oh, I've sold out of something. I don't want it to go out exactly that way. You can go in and edit the email before it's gone out. So it's really giving you a little bit more peace of mind and control to build out a broader, like you're saying, campaign that might have multiple touch points, because you don't want to just talk to someone once, right? If you have an objective of either getting them to donate or buy, you're going to need to talk to them and nurture them, right? So the journey builder has lots of engagement points where you can put emails, right? We're going to add SMS, all sorts of good stuff in there. And the idea is that it feels personalized, even though you may have drafted it 6 months ago, right? So leveraging things like merge tags, dynamic content in there so that it's as fresh as possible for that individual person. They don't know that it was months ago that you wrote it, right?
And nor do they care. And I think they just think about another point, Jenny, this thing of personalization. It's not new, but again, for my people, they're the beginning stages of small businesses. That's why I talk to people, Jenny, who are like, wait a minute, hashtag Ramon, spell hashtag. What is a hashtag? So those are my people. But point being is that I find that with the personalization, when Jenny sends me an email, even just saying, Dear Ramon, and adding
Mhm.
one more word field within it. By the way, Ramon, we'll miss you. I know it was merge field, but my mind, it just feels different to see my name. Does that make sense?
Yeah, exactly. Those are the merge tags. So super easy to use in both the campaign manager, the calendar, or the journey builder, any place that you're doing email. But in addition to merge tags, which will personalize like the content that
Right.
you're writing, we strongly encourage people who use an integration, like an e-commerce integration, a Shopify, a WooCommerce, one of these, right? To leverage the behavioral data that people have, yeah, when they come to their website. So you can put a product block into your email that will show the most recent product that someone browsed,
Mm.
or the most recent product that they bought, or what they've got in their cart that they abandoned. So what you would see is in the same email that you hit send on, you're going to see something different than I'm going to see. So making good use of that integrated data is really important for small businesses, because you can't draft 200 emails at once, right?
I love that. So in this example, those who are seeing us, Jenny's email could say, hey, Jenny, the last time you bought a pink blouse, blah, blah, blah,
Mhm.
blah, blah. Mine can say, Ramon, the last time you bought a baller, so amazing yellow sweater. My
Mhm.
email could say that.
Exactly, exactly. And show the picture of the
Yeah.
pink blouse
Yeah.
and the amazing yellow shirt.
I love it. No, and that is important. I oftentimes business owners ask me, Jenny, Ramon, how do you seem to get so much done? Because I'm a small team. I have a team of 5 or so freelancers who work with me, but it's Ramon and the global headquarters of Ramon Ray and Corp, which is just me and my wife over there. But how do I get so much done? Because of an overwhelming amount of automation, which I think it may sound like a scary word, Jenny, to some, but I think that Mailchimp has done this well already for years. But it's interesting to see the acceleration of maybe helping small businesses do more in less time. Is that a fair wording of what's happening?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, and I encourage people to not be too afraid, because you control those automations and you
Right.
can go back in and change them anytime you want. There absolutely is some upfront investment,
Sure.
and we recommend people kind of sketch out what they're trying to accomplish first, right? If you're trying to do a nurture, so someone who has been to your website but never made a purchase before, or who has signed up to receive your email but still hasn't subscribed to do something like one
Mhm.
of your subscription services or something like that. If you say, these are the things that I would do if I could talk to Ramon directly,
Mhm.
this is exactly what I would do to get him down the path of buying something. You can structure that through your journey. And then if you change your personal tactics, if you say, oh, you know what, now I'm actually giving people a gift card, or now I'm giving them 60% off, you just go back and edit your journey. You can do that at any time. So even though it's a little scary, you actually have a ton of control in how you build it and when you go change it.
Yeah, I love that. And I should have asked about journeys as well, Jenny, just for those who may not be familiar with it. Um, can you unpack that one more time? My understanding is that this is where, as you said, there's some investment up front, and stop me anytime I'm wrong, but that you have to do a little thought, some back of napkin, back of paper, whatever you want to do, or within Mailchimp. But I think the end goal is that things like if this, then that, if they do
Mhm.
this, do that. Is that what we're talking about? We think of journeys. Is that what
That's
that means?
exactly what we're
Okay.
talking about. Yeah. So if someone buys this product, and then I know that I want to get them, if they buy pants, I want to get them to buy the matching socks,
Mhm.
right? And so I know that I would normally, if I could talk to them one-on-one, I would send them an email and then
Mhm.
give them a discount and have someone refer them, whatever I want to do. This is the kind of behavior that you would map out in what we call the customer journey builder. And that's the workflow where you add nodes to this path, and you can do branching. So if someone does this, you can test things by saying, I want to send 50% of my traffic to this email draft, 50% to this, and see what works. But since we're talking about small businesses that may not be so comfortable, there are lots of templates. So if you don't want to make it from scratch and you know that you want to nurture some leads, there are a ton of what we call pre-built journeys, which are just templates for you to go ahead and automatically apply. You can read through it, just hit apply, and it will build it out for you.
And my suspicion is that Mailchimp has seen this 47 gazillion trillion centillion times, and Mailchimp knows the templates that we small businesses should need. That's my guess. Is that right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. You just need to identify yourself as someone who sells something online, or I'm a nonprofit, or what kind of business are you? And then we have a ton of recommendations for you.
Yeah, I love this. Jenny, one thing I do is when I get a bit political here, usually I don't get political in these conversations, but I'm going to get political. I can hear the Ramon Ray small business owner saying, Ramon, I'm overwhelmed. That's the political. So that's when I say that, Jenny, people are like, oh no, Ramon didn't say that. That's the politics. I've just heard of ChatGPT. I hear other companies talking about, virtual reality things I got to have on. And then I'm thinking of this, I'm thinking of that. Is the economy that? Is the economy that? Mailchimp's launching all of this. In fairness, what do you say to that person who may not quite be like Ramon and Jenny? Let's, play along that line that we kind of know things. We can figure it out. My friend Marie Forleo, her book, Everything is Figure Outable. So if they're not like that, if they want to focus just on their law firm, Jenny, they want to focus on their accounting firm and they're feeling, I can't. I just did my first email. I got my first podcast. Now this, what is your words of wisdom to those people who are still feeling a bit,
baby steps? Not every tool is for you. It's okay. Like Mailchimp has such a diverse customer base. That means we have tons of tools. But if you've just sent your first email, then I'm going to say that optimization is the name of the game for you. Learn from your first email. So it's all about learning, especially if you're a small business owner who's also doing your own marketing. It's all about learning from what you've done. So what you're going to have are access to great reports that will tell you not just how your email performed, but why it performed the way it did. Our content optimizer report goes through your email content and tells you, hey, you didn't have enough CTAs, or your tone was a little, it was joyful when your email subject line was a little scary, or like it'll tell you if there's misalignment there. And so you can use those to craft your second email. And these are the baby steps forward, right? You'll start to see more people engaging with your emails. It will become less intimidating to put that content together. The other thing is that the truth is, it's just very intimidating is the right word, to draft an email from nothing, right? From a blank page. So we're rolling out our generation beta in our email editor that will, if you're familiar with Chat GPT or OpenAI, we have a little tab on the side of the editor that says generate. You click that, you can put in your prompt. So I want to write an email about dogs and dog treats and whatever, right? And you say, I want the tone to be joyful and educational, and you hit generate, it's going to give you a bunch of options. And if you don't see what you like, you can just hit regenerate until you find something and drag it right into your email. You'll be able to edit it. You have total control over the content, but it gets you like 50% down the road, right? It's no longer a blank page that you're starting from. So we recommend definitely taking advantage of all the analytics to learn from your marketing each time you take a baby step, but also take advantage of some of the tools that help you get down that first step, and like just to start, right? So you're not starting from nothing, right?
I love that. And I really want to go back. I love that aspect of the tools. So kudos to the Mailchimp team for that. But the not just how, but why. Oftentimes, myself as a business owner, I've started 5 companies, sold 3 companies, motivational speaker, all these things. And I'm saying that, Jenny, because I tell my audience I need help too. I'm only human. So is that I like the how, but why. Sometimes I've done things, Jenny, and I'm like, oh, that was cool. All these whatever things happening, but I do like the aspect. And what's the word again? The report
content optimizer. Yeah.
Content, but the one in the report as well, the thing that tells you why it's performing well. What's that?
Yeah, it's called our content optimizer report. And so you'll be able to access it either through your campaign report, or if you have the email dashboard report. If you're a standard customer, you're going to see all sorts of new dashboards rolling out. And there are little links that tell you what, like, to go out to the content optimizer
Got it.
analytics. It'll show you whether your email was a red, green, or yellow. Like, we just make it really easy to see if there are opportunities in the email. So if you see a yellow or a red, click on that and go learn why it didn't perform as well.
I love that.
Or
Jenny,
actually,
listen.
click on it if it's a green. There's lots to
Yes.
learn.
To learn to do it better and better, get more greens. I mean, they train us like that in school, right? So,
Get all the greens.
yes, absolutely. Jenny, I promised 30 minutes, but if I give you your time back, that means you'll come back and speak with Ramon if I give you some time back. Before I let you go, can you just share like a tip, a word of advice? There's so many things you could say. You represent a company that's been doing this a long time, a leader in email marketing, and now more. You see these things. You have your thumb, I'm guessing, on the heartbeat of small business. Any tips, advice, Ramon, one thing you want to leave us with, Jenny, and it's been great to be with you today. But
Yeah, it's great to be with you. This is very fun.
good.
In terms of tips, I am just really big on optimization right now. So
Mm,
all of our customers have access to A/B testing or multivariate testing, depending on the plan level that you're at.
mhm.
The A/B testing or multivariate will effectively do the same thing. It's going to take some of the scariness out of sending an email. So go ahead and get a little more aggressive, right? Like, we should be sending more emails. Your customers want to hear from you, but they want to hear from you in a way that feels personal to them. So multivariate testing will let you say, okay, I'm not sure if I want to go out with a super excited message today, if I want to be a little more sedate. You can test it, see what's working, and the system will choose the winner for you. So, like, let the, be confident, but let the tools de-risk some of this for you.
Mhm.
And absolutely, that's something that we see our small businesses, once they discover that these tools exist, their confidence goes through the roof. They realize that it's not so risky to send that email.
I love it. Jenny, you and I will have to have a part two. I have 47,000 more questions to ask you, but I'm not going to touch on the day. One more time, Jenny, if you don't mind, just give us your full name, your title, who you work for. Nice to just remind people who we're talking to, please, one more time.
Sure. Jenny Gibson, Senior Director of Product Development at Mailchimp.
Love it. And again, my name is Ramon Ray. This is Zone of Genius, where we bring you tools and tips and other things of how you can grow your business. Find us out more, connect with us more at Zone of Genius.